Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm giving you my Alanta Faze, opening weekend predictions. Now, obviously, I don't know a crazy much about the league because, again, I haven't watched too many scrims. I'm not going purely based off launch weekend. I've seen kind of power rankings, and I've seen what even pros have said about power rankings and whatnot, so I'm going to be basing it a little based off that and what I believe teams will play well in and struggle. And so, obviously, part of the reason I'm not going off the opening weekend is Thieves and Subliners. Thieves obviously had a bad opening weekend. I think they turn it around, but I don't think it's enough to beat ROKKR. I think ROKKR edges them in a Game 5 S&D. I think ROKKR is a really great S&D team, so I think they take that one there. Now we have Dallas Empire versus Surge. I think Empire is just the better team. 3-0, not very hard. Reigning champions taking on really the reigning last place team. And I don't think Surge made enough improvements. I don't think their subs are going to be able to keep up with Empire's subs. So Empire 3-0. Now, Optic Chicago Paris, I'm going to go with a 3-1. Now, obviously, Optic Chicago fans can get pissed at me in the comments and whatnot. I think Optic Chicago's good, but I think Paris will be able to sneak a win. Obviously, map vetoes and stuff and server locations, that could definitely play a part. And obviously, if you guys think you have different predictions, like you think Chicago 3-0s them, you think Thieves 3-1s ROKKR, obviously leave those predictions in the comments. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. But let's go into our last match of Friday before we get into the weekend slate of 6 games. Faze Gorillas. Don't really need to say much. I just believe Faze is a lot better team. Now, it definitely could, be a little bit skewed to Gorillas if we see LAG end up getting a server host more closer to them, because unlike most teams, these two teams they're out of Atlanta, they're out of Los Angeles, I believe, they're out of somewhere in Cali, so that's interesting, saying that both teams are actually playing in their home cities. The only other team I think that's doing that is Dallas, and I don't know about Toronto, if they're still playing in Toronto. I know they played in Toronto last year, but that's what I do know. LAG versus Paris, first Saturday game. I think Paris takes it 3-1. I think Paris right now, from what we've seen, is just a little bit more of the better team, and I think they'll definitely strive just a little bit better. I think, obviously, LAG could surprise me. I just don't think they're that great of a team. Now, they could prove me wrong opening weekend, and so you could see me week 2 taking LAG in more games. Next, we've got the second game on Saturday being Florida versus Toronto. I believe Florida will take this 3-2. I think it's going to be one of the games where not many people are going to watch it, per se, compared to, maybe the very next game, the primetime game of Saturday, or this game on Sunday, which I will get to talking about. But I think Toronto's definitely been kind of a thorn in Florida's side over the really last year. Obviously, the teams are kind of different, but kind of the same. Some different players, but I think it'll be a really good match. Next, we've got Thieves versus Subliners. It's kind of hard to predict these two because of how they played during the opening weekend. They didn't look too great, and it's hard to predict Subliners, so I have to go with the safe bet, giving it 3-1 to the Thieves. Again, part of the reason I'm not going on to my week 2 predictions is because of what happened opening weekend and what will some of these teams I don't know too much about really play like. Maybe Paris takes Optic Chicago to a Game 5, Round 11. And so maybe that changes my predictions next week, and maybe I give Florida Mutineers a loss to Paris Legion. So, again, some crazy things can happen. That's why I'm not going into the week 2 predictions just yet. I want to watch these games and see, and then decide for myself. But this one, 3-1, even with 0, I was trying to give them 3-1 there, apparently. But even with 0 in, obviously, Europe, still trying to get into the States, They replaced him with Parasite. He's been scrimming with them for the last, I don't know, week and a half or so, something like that. But I think Paris, even with a replacement for whoever knows how long, obviously Parasite's still a very talented player, and so I think it's going to be a 3-1. I just don't think Surge is really that great of a team. As much as I like Octane and some of the players on that team, I think they'll just fall short of really competing. Next game, Empire. I believe Empire ROKKR just doesn't have the talent right now. Not talent, but I just think Empire edges out ROKKR just for the pure fact that Empire, I believe, is just going to be a lot better in respawn than ROKKR. They're going to be a little bit faster than them. So I believe Empire will take this 3-1 over the ROKKR, but I could definitely see a 3-2 upset for ROKKR if a Game 5 was to happen. Obviously, I could still see a 3-2 and even a 3-0 from Dallas Empire. Now, Faze, Optic, Chicago, double points, prime time, Sunday, big match of the week, the marquee matchup. They weren't lying. Faze, Optic, what a matchup. I say it goes Game 5. What happens? I believe Optic Chicago takes home the W and beats out Alanta Faze in a 5-game series. I think it's going to be a good series. It's going to be a fun match to watch. Obviously, we could see a 3-0, but this is my prediction. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave your predictions in the comments, what you guys think. And obviously, if you guys want me to continue making a lot of videos on competitive, make sure to subscribe, leave a like. Shows me that you're actually enjoying this content. And until next time, I'll see ya. Bye.